టీఆర్ఎస్ అభ్యర్థులకు అన్ని వర్గాల నుంచి మద్దతు వెల్లువెత్తుతోంది. హైదరాబాద్లోని ఐటీ ఉద్యోగులంతా టీఆర్ఎస్కే తమ మద్దతుని తేల్చి చెప్పారు. చేవెళ్ల టీఆర్ఎస్ ఎంపీ అభ్యర్థి రంజిత్ రెడ్డినే గెలిపిస్తామని స్పష్టం చేస్తున్నారు. ఈ మేరకు జేఆర్సీ కన్వెన్షన్ సెంటర్లో నిర్వహిస్తున్న మీటింగ్కు టీఆర్ఎస్ వర్కింగ్ ప్రెసిడెంట్ KTR హాజరయ్యారు. లైవ్లో చూద్దాం.
And Malkajgiri, both of these gentlemen will play an important role in terms of making sure infrastructure needs are, kept apace, and also information technology as an industry continues to thrive, continues to grow. Many, many thanks for showing up on a Sunday at 5 p.m. and sorry, apologize again for showing up late. It's election time after all, I know you will forgive me. But please do vote and please do show up on April 11th. And last thing I'll say again, this is really the last thing. There is a genuine bone I have to pick with you guys. The educated lot, especially the technocrats and, the young guys who are in large number in this part of the city. My appeal to you is, please don't stay away from voting. Because a lot of you are very indifferent to politics. A lot of you don't think very highly of voting or actually showing up to make your preference very, very clear. My request is, it's easy to criticize, it's easy to pass a remark, it's easy to say, that, your government is not working or your MP is not good enough, etc. But my request is, unless you don't show up, it is those people who show up that will decide your fate, that will seal your fate. So please do show up, please do vote, please make sure, and if you don't like anybody, then you know the choice, I don't have to tell you. Please do vote, I'm sure you'll like these two guys, they're brilliant. But please do show up and please do vote on April 11th and help us choose the next government of India, which is going to steer us for the next 5 years. Thank you very much. Jai Hind. Both of them were very lucid, very eloquent, and very to the point and very crisp, unlike me. So, thank you guys. Nalaga ekko samayam teeskokunda kluptanga sundaranga cheppinanduku thank you. Now, we'll quickly take a few comments, questions, suggestions. Why should you vote for me? Why should you not vote for me, etc. Akada mic. We'll start with the lady there, near the cameras. Yes, madam.
Good
Please
evening,
introduce
sir.
yourself. Yes.
Good evening. My name is Chandramukhi Muvala, a trans woman from Hyderabad.
Hi.
So, I have seen a lot of white collar people here. I was a little bit tension. I'm sorry. I want to ask a question, Mr. KTR, sir. That
Where do you work, ma'am?
I work for a national NGO called Alliance India.
Okay.
Yeah. So my question is to you that you have been developing a lot of IT companies and you have been part of corporate in Hyderabad, but have you not seen a single person, a trans woman working in corporates because of lot of stigma and discrimination in the corporate level. So how it is possible to reach the corporate level jobs for the trans community?
Well, I'll not lie to you, Chandramukhi Garu. I have not paid attention in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
I certainly will admit to it. But if you are willing to, since you are representing an NGO,
Yes.
you're willing to work with us, work with the government in terms of incorporating whatever policy changes you would like us to make. When we build a new IT park or IT cluster, I think we have to be conscious, we have to be very, very aware of the needs of transgenders as well. So I'm happy to collaborate with you. I'll also admit, I'll confess that we have not done it in the last 5 years, but I promise you I'll work with you. And I think you're seated right next to our Chief Relations Officer, Amarnath Reddy, right there. Amar, please raise your hand. He can work with you and the IT department and Jayesh Ranjan Garu to make it happen, madam.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir.
We'll take this gentleman here. He's wearing a pink shirt, so I'm quite keen to see what he's going to ask. Please introduce yourself, sir.
Sir, this is Akhilesh, sir. I'm a software engineer aspiring to be a politician.
Software engineer aspiring to be a politician.
Yes.
You're giving me competition. Go on. We welcome competition.
Thank you, sir. Sir, my question to you, sir, keeping in view the kind of national ambition the party and the leadership has, what differently, apart from UP and NDA, the TRS party would be willing to do if our Chief Minister is made the Prime Minister of India in the next couple of months? Apart from the efficacy in water and power utilization, what two specific things? That is question one. Number two, మనం చూస్తున్నాం కదా సార్, చాలా పార్టీలు ఉన్నాయి. So many parties are promising irregularly. ఇష్టం ఉన్నట్టు పార్టీస్ ప్రామిసెస్ చేస్తున్నారు, అడ్డమైన వాగ్దానాలు.
పేర్లు చెప్పి ఎవరు చేస్తున్నారు అట్లా?
apart
Nak,
from
I'm very curious too.
definitely apart from Brink.
Apart from Pinka.
అంటే మన పార్టీ కాకుండా మిగతా పార్టీ
అది ఎక్కడ ఒకసారి anyway, yeah.
సో అయితే మేనిఫెస్టోస్ రిలీజ్ చేస్తున్నారు కదా సార్, వారు ఇష్టం ఉన్నట్టుగా. సో వాట్ ఈస్ ద కైండ్ ఆఫ్ అకౌంటబిలిటీ యాజ్ ఎ ప్రెసిడెంట్ ఆఫ్ ఎ పార్టీ అండ్ యాజ్ ఎ లెజిస్లేటర్ యువర్ సెల్ఫ్ వుడ్ లైక్ టు ప్రామిస్ ద పీపుల్ ఆఫ్ ద స్టేట్ that these promises are going to be delivered? If not, what is that accountability factor that you're going to bring in? Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Akhilesh. Firstly, I think you'll make a great politician. Please sit. You'll make a great politician, honestly. I'll tell you why. Because very, very effective in terms of communication. You were very to the point in your question. You said, if our chief minister is made the prime minister, and you said also, the efficacy or optimal utilization of power and water odilesi, మిగతా ఏం చేస్తారో చెప్పమన్నారు. So you already understand what he's been talking about. I'm sure you've been listening into how he's been talking about how optimally we can leverage water resources and power in the country. Now, since you mentioned these two, I'll not touch them. The other thing we are focused on is, Akhilesh, you have to realize it's been 71 years after independence. We as a country have lost the plot somewhere, because I'm sure most of the guys in this room have traveled the world. When you travel, you feel, very, very bad for your country, for yourself, because even those countries which have been liberated after you, much, much after 1947, even those countries which have suffered a nuclear attack, even those countries which have zero natural resources and, face tremendous hardships of nature, are doing much, much, much better than us. So therefore, if you think about it, pause for a minute and think about it, one of the things that strikes you is, there has not been enough decentralization in this country. We don't seem to trust ourselves in terms of handling, the power that is given to us by the people. One of the arguments our chief minister has been making in the last few months is, we call ourselves a federal republic. Now, federalism cannot remain on, lips, and cannot remain as a mere word in our constitution. One other thing federalism preaches is decentralization. For instance, you can ask me, what did Telangana do in terms of decentralization? When we started off, there were 10 districts. Now we have, in terms of decentralizing our administration, we have 33 districts. We've added new revenue divisions. We've added new mandals. We've created new gram panchayats. Nearly 3,400 tribal hamlets and tandas have been made into panchayats. So therefore, empowering the local governments, creating more Zilla Parishads, creating more Mandal Parishads, creating more local governments. Now, this is exactly what Government of India needs to do. Because, if you think about it, even to create the state of Telangana, there was so much fuss. If you think about it, I think this country needs even more administrative units. This country needs better administration in terms of delegating more powers to the state. Again, our Chief Minister has been talking about this for a while. Health, education, agriculture. These three important subjects, where the union government does not have any machinery of any kind on its own, relies completely on the states. Why should these three subjects be on the concurrent list? Why can't they be delegated? Why can't the entire responsibility be shifted to the state, so that each state can determine its own fate? Because fundamentally, remember one thing, faster and stronger the states are, stronger the country is. So therefore, if India has to really progress rapidly, I think our states have to be empowered. Our local governments also have to be empowered. Zilla Parishads, Mandal Parishads, Gram Panchayats, municipalities. So that is one of the things our Chief Minister has been preaching. And like you said, if hypothetically, since Rahul, it's a hypothetical question. Don't quote me tomorrow saying that KTR said his father will be the Prime Minister in 2 months. I didn't say that. He said hypothetically, so I'm answering hypothetically. Given a chance, I think that's one of the things he's going to focus on. The other thing I think we also would focus on is, see, every party in the last 71 years, every national party has talked about agrarian distress, has talked about agrarian crisis, agriculture has shed tears, has used the Jai Kisan slogan. But unfortunately, that has not been formulated into a policy. Jai Kisan cannot merely be a slogan. It has to be a policy. Telangana has shown the way today to the rest of the country. When we launched Raitu Bandhu, a lot of people scoffed. But today, Prime Minister himself emulated, inspired, copied, whatever you call it.